Coders, did you know that according to the Bible, the Earth would be only 6,000 years old?
That the Hebrew calendar doesn't mark 2025, but the year 5785.
Yet science claims our planet is 4.54 billion years old.
Fossils tell us about dinosaurs from 65 million years ago, and bacteria that lived 3.5 billion years ago.
And the most surprising, modern humans make up only 0.004% of Earth's history. Just a fleeting breath in the cosmos.
Coders. If the Bible says the Earth is only thousands of years old, and science insists it is billions, who is right? The patriarchs of Genesis with their genealogies, or the Zircon crystals that have kept silent for 4.4 billion years? Are the 6 days of creation human days, or cosmic ages that lasted millions of years? And the most unsettling, are we the direct work of a divine instant, or the result of a cosmic process that began before the stars themselves existed? Get ready, because today we're going to explore the greatest clash between faith and science, the true age of the Earth.
Coders. Today we dive into an enigma that has intrigued believers and scholars for centuries. What does the Bible really say about the age of the Earth? When following the genealogies in Genesis from Adam to Abraham, some theologians calculated that humanity has only a few thousand years. The most famous was Archbishop James Ussher in the 17th century, who dated creation to 4004 BC. According to his calculations, the Earth would be about 6,000 years old. This chronology was so influential that it was printed in many Bibles. Other chronologists reached similar figures, and Jewish tradition, through the Seder Olam Rabbah, placed creation in 3761 BC. That's why, in today's Hebrew calendar, we're not in 2025, but in the year 5785. From these readings arises Young Earth Creationism, which holds that God created the world in 6 literal 24-hour days. According to this view, fossils and geological formations don't prove millions of years, but are consequences of a great biblical event, the flood. But not everyone accepts such a strict reading. In Hebrew, the word yom, translated as day, can also mean an indefinite period. From this comes the day-age theory, where each day of creation would be a cosmic stage lasting millions of years. Another interpretation is the gap theory. Between Genesis 1:1 and 1:2, there could have been a vast span in which Satan's fall and the destruction of a first creation occurred. What follows in the 6 days would then be a recreation. And here's where curiosities enter, coders. In the Bible, numbers carry strong symbolism. 7 represents perfection, 40, trial or preparation. Could it be that the 6 days and the 7th of rest are more a theological pattern than a literal calendar? Moreover, although biblical genealogies seem exact, some scholars believe they are summarized. In Hebrew, begot can also mean was ancestor of. This leaves open the possibility of omitted generations. Meanwhile, cultures like the Sumerians or Egyptians spoke of kings and dynasties going back thousands of years earlier than what a young Earth would allow. A direct clash between biblical chronologies and ancient records. So, coders, within the biblical vision, we find several possibilities. For some, the Earth is young, only a few thousand years old. For others, the days are ages that harmonize with a much older Earth. And for many, what matters is not the exact number, but the eternal message that God is the creator of all that exists.
The scientific view of Earth's age, coders. We've seen how the Bible, with its genealogies and symbols, suggests an Earth of only thousands of years. But when we look through the eyes of science, the panorama changes radically. The numbers stop speaking of thousands and leap to billions of years. The Earth keeps its memory in the rocks. Each geological layer is like a page written with fire, water, and time. In the Grand Canyon of Colorado, those pages reveal a history spanning more than 1.8 billion years. At the top of the Andes, Darwin found marine fossils embedded in stone, proof that those mountains were once the bottom of an ocean. Fossils are silent witnesses, dinosaurs that walked 65 million years ago. And even further back, microscopic bacteria in Australia, 3.5 billion years old. Each fossil challenges the idea of a history of only 6 millennia. Now, according to radiometric dating, uranium transforms into lead with precision, like a cosmic clock. Potassium becomes argon, measuring eras of millions of years. Carbon-14, though popular, only works up to 50,000 years. The record belongs to zircon crystals in Australia, 4.4 billion years old. They are the oldest solid fragments of our planet, nearly as ancient as the Earth itself. What's striking is that, although different methods and minerals are used, they all converge on the same figure. The Earth is about 4.54 billion years old. But science doesn't stop at Earth. It also looks to the sky. Meteorites falling from space show the same age, 4.5 billion years. This means Earth and the solar system were born together, from the same cloud of stardust. Our sun is another clock. Its brightness and life cycle reveal an age of 4.6 billion years. It's at the midpoint of its life. About 5 billion years remain before it becomes a red giant. Even the moon confirms the story. Rocks brought back by the Apollo missions show ages identical to those of Earth and meteorites. Coders, think of this. If Earth's history were a book of 1,000 pages, the last 6,000 years of the Bible would be just the final line of the last chapter. Modern humans are only 200,000 years old. That's just 0.004% of Earth's history, a breath in the chronology of the cosmos. So while the biblical view speaks of thousands of years, science reveals a planet billions of years old. An Earth that holds the memory of oceans rising into mountains, bacteria that ruled the primitive seas, and stars that tell us from the depths of the universe that our world is only a newcomer in the cosmos.
Points of clash and debate.
Literalism versus symbolism.
Coders. The first battle occurs within the very same faith. For literalists, the 6 days of Genesis are 24-hour days. The Earth would be only 6,000 to 10,000 years old. For symbolists, a day can span millions of years.
Creationism versus evolution. The second clash is even stronger. Creationism affirms that God directly formed each species. Evolution, proposed by Darwin in 1859, holds that life emerged 3.5 billion years ago, and that Homo sapiens appeared only 200,000 years ago.
Education and culture. In 1925, the famous Scopes trial in Tennessee accused a teacher of teaching evolution, violating the law. Decades later, intelligent design attempted to enter schools. Today, in many countries, there is still debate over whether to teach only evolution, only creationism, or both.
Theistic evolution. Not everything is conflict. There is an intermediate position. Theistic evolution. God is the creator, but evolution was his tool. The Bible answers the who and the why. Science answers the how and the when. The Catholic Church accepts biological evolution, but affirms that the soul comes directly from God. Coders. Here, two worlds collide. 6,000 years of the literal Bible versus 4.54 billion years of science. Instant creation versus processes of millions of years. Classrooms teaching evolution versus communities defending Genesis. The question remains open. Are we the direct work of a divine instant, or the result of a cosmic process guided by the hands of God.
Coders, we have walked along two paths that seem opposed. The Bible speaks to us of a young Earth, only thousands of years old. Science shows us a planet 4.54 billion years old. But beyond figures and calculations, the real question is not when it all began, but what that beginning means for us. Is the Bible a literal cosmic clock, or a spiritual revelation pointing to something deeper? Is science an enemy of faith, or a mirror that reflects the greatness of the Creator? What is certain is that every piece of data, every fossil, every verse pushes us to reflect on our origin and our purpose. And that, coders, is the question that truly matters. Now I ask you, do you believe the Earth was created in a divine instant 6,000 years ago? Or that we are the result of a cosmic process lasting billions of years? Leave it in the comments because I want to read your answers. And if this journey between Bible and science left you thinking, don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, and share this video, because together we will continue exploring the mysteries that connect us with our history, our faith, and the entire universe.